Hello and welcome to All About Billings. We are a show dedicated to discovering the people who make Billings a great place to work and live. We will interview local business people, community leaders, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and artists, and we will learn from them all about their successes, their failures, and their connection to Billings. I'm your host, Nancy Brook, broker and owner at Billings Best Real Estate, and today it is my pleasure to have as my guest Sonia Martin, who is the owner of Billings Senior Concierge Services. Now, this is an organization she started in 2021, and her goal was to help seniors retain a sense of independence and freedom, and hopefully allow them to stay in their homes with that little extra support. So, Sonia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, it's been great learning a little bit about the services you provide. So maybe let's just start at the beginning.
Sure.
How did you get started offering this?
Well, I've always had a soft spot for seniors. Previous to starting this business, I was in the dental community,
Okay.
and they were my favorite patients that would come in because they're sweet and sassy. But I knew I wanted to work with seniors, and I just have a serving heart. So,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be out in the community.
And so the idea of providing concierge services, that's a bit unique and something that seems really essential. So how did this idea come to be?
That idea came to me to be because I wanted to be busy.
Okay.
And I like to be out and about. And so I knew if I could find some clients and some seniors, I could take them to the grocery store or take them to appointments. And those are the kind of services we provide. And that kind of stuff gets me really excited. So.
Well, and you do so much, though. I mean, I've read everything from helping them with pets, like you mentioned, grocery shopping, mails, writing bills, taking care of bills.
Yes.
So what are you finding that people need help with here?
The most, definitely homekeeping.
Oh, I can relate to that.
It's hard to, vacuum and all that once you get older. They like having a second set of ears at appointments.
Okay.
And a lot of times their family doesn't live in town. So it's nice if I go to the appointments with the second set of ears, and then I can relay to the family what's going on, and gives everybody peace of mind. So
when you started, did you have this specific idea or have things evolved?
I had this specific idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't just say, okay, well, maybe I'll do this portion, and all of a sudden I'm helping them with house cleaning and pets and...
Yeah, some stuff has come along, but I did have a big list of things that I could help with because I don't do anything medical. And a lot of times people, when they think senior, they think medical. So, but they need help just as much without medical, as far as, like I said, getting to appointments, and some of them don't drive.
Well, and it seemed to me, just learning a little bit about it, you're an advocate, you're a friend.
Yes.
You're just kind of the go-to person, like the assistant.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're just almost like one of their kids or a relative, maybe that they don't have here.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to refer to myself as their assistant instead of caretaker. But yeah, I'm their partner in crime, and I'm their assistant.
Well, has it been fun? I mean, are you still enjoying like you said, the bubbly personality and feisty and...
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a lot of wisdom too.
Yeah.
And they have the best stories. Yes, I enjoy doing what I do. It's very rewarding for me.
So what has been the hardest part about starting a business?
This one in particular has been hard to get the knowledge out there, what a concierge is and why I'm needed. So getting the word out there for that to make sense that I'm non-medical but still very much needed, that has been the tough part for me. So how have you been able to get that word out? Because I would imagine that is a challenge. There's, like in 2021, there weren't a lot of groups meeting, so you couldn't go to these groups and give presentations, right? That's true. I did join some networking groups, but the biggest thing that I did was a Adult Resource Alliance.
Okay.
They refer me all the time. They're my biggest fans. They're so helpful. But yeah, they really help. And then the other way is word of mouth. My clients are so sweet, and they'll tell their friends about me, and that's primarily how I get my business, is through word of mouth from my clients.
So what has been the most rewarding part of doing your business?
The relationships that I get to build.
Yeah.
Everybody's sweet. Everyone has a story. And I wasn't alive then, and it's just a whole different world back.
What are some of the interesting history things that you've discovered or learned? I mean, anything that's, I mean, not obviously nothing personal, but
No.
just things that are like, wow.
One lady told me that they didn't even celebrate Halloween until, I don't remember what year it was, but Halloween wasn't a thing until later in the 1900s.
When they wanted to sell candy, right?
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, I thought Halloween was always a thing, but nope.
Huh.
That one surprised me though.
And so other than helping them with services, you have to run the business as well, right? So
I do.
So are you like doing everything yourself?
I have one employee who's also my best friend,
Okay.
and the clients adore her. She has tons of compassion and empathy, but I probably see clients part-time, and then the rest I'm doing a lot of the book work, and I try to stay with the schedule, and I call them, and if they have doctor's appointments, just to keep everything organized that way. But Abby, my employee, she sees them more than I do, but they love her. I got so lucky having a great employee.
Well, it's good that they love her, and also that you have a connection with her, so you know you can trust her.
Exactly.
So
yes,
it
it's the
works.
perfect. It was the perfect match.
Yeah. And so other than doing the, day-to-day stuff with the seniors, what do you think is needed for seniors that maybe if I have a senior relative that I might not think of?
Well, I would say some of the stuff that stands out is if their bills aren't getting paid, or if their house is, or if they're not eating because they're not going to the store. Just stuff like, I have a list somewhere. I should have brought that, but there are red flags to look for on reasons to have me hired.
Well, I have been, and I'm in real estate, and so occasionally I'll go into a house, and sometimes I'll see just like a lot of clutter. And,
yes, downsizing.
And so, I mean, but sometimes it's really hard for the person to
let go of stuff.
or to deal with it, just because maybe they're
It's
not
too
getting
much.
around as they used to, and so it's really hard to even pack things up and carry
Yes.
boxes.
And I've done that a few times too, where they were downsizing and going to like independent living, and we had to go through everything, and that's really sad for them actually.
Sure.
But it needs to be done. And there's other companies that I refer that do like a lot more of that.
Oh, okay. And so you do have other resources then. So
Yes.
So I guess that does make sense, because if you go to a hotel concierge, they're not doing the performance for you. They're
Right.
helping you connect with the tickets.
Right. Yes, I have to refer a few things. For example, if they just need help cleaning, I will refer them to somebody that's all they do.
Sure.
Just because we provide so many other services, it would be.
And I suppose, like, if somebody needs a dog walked, they would have a dog walking service potentially that they could get.
Potentially, yeah. I have done that though too. And that's fun. It's just whatever they need when I'm there. But if it's a constant thing and I have a good referral, I'll refer it.
And so you mentioned some of the red flags. Are there other things that I would want to keep an eye out for if I have a senior relative?
Like I said, it's if they're missing bills, missing appointments, if you're talking to them and they don't know exactly like if they just had a doctor's appointment and they're having a hard time explaining what's going on with them, or if they're not eating very well, if their refrigerator's empty, if their mailbox is stuffed full because they're not getting out there to go get it. Stuff like that.
Well, and if you're not living in the same town, sometimes it might be hard to actually see the signs. So is there a way you could do it if you're not local?
I have a lot of clients' children who reach out to me because they don't live in Billings.
Okay.
And they know, like, their mom is having a hard time getting around, or she's scared to drive in the winter. And they want the second set of ears too, and the peace of mind. Because even if I'm just dropping in, and then I can let the daughter or the son know, like, it was a good day for mom and dad today, and we went to the store, I went to the store for them, and this is what they're going to make for dinner, or I've prepared this for dinner for them. It's a huge peace of mind for family and loved ones.
Well, so really, I mean, what you're selling is not just helping with the services, you're really selling peace of mind for families and loved ones
Yes.
of the senior.
Correct.
Yeah. And I suppose it's a good feeling for the person to know that they're able to have a resource where maybe they didn't have one before.
Yeah, they can call me, or I'll text them and just give them little updates and whatever I'm allowed to do, of course. But
Sure.
yeah, they really appreciate that part of it.
And so how do you help seniors stay in their home longer? I mean, how does this service provide that benefit?
It provides it. It's really for if they need medical help, they should be in assisted living.
Of course.
But more and more people are wanting to stay home and age in place, especially after COVID. And it's just, they love their home. They know where everything is. They're comfortable there. And they want to make it work for as long as they can. And with a little bit of help, yeah, they can.
So what would be a success story that comes to mind?
I have a 90-year-old. I'm pretty sure she's been with me since the beginning. And I told her I was coming here today. And she goes, just let them know that I love your sweet, bubbly face and that I appreciate everything you do.
Aww.
So just like little sweet things like that they say, and how appreciated I am. And I try to anticipate their needs. And so.
Wow. Well, that probably made your year.
They're just so sweet and cute. Yes, that did make my day, though. She's like, make sure to tell her that.
Yeah. Well, I can understand, though. It must seem to be a relief when you've been maybe struggling to complete things, or like go to the mailbox, pay the bills, just simple things that you used to be able to do.
Right.
And it must feel a little frustrating. Yeah, pull out the garbage can once a week.
Yeah, and this lady in particular, it's mostly companionship. And just so they're not lonely.
Right.
We can play, I need to learn pinochle, but we've played lots of games, and we watch the news together.
Oh.
And we usually have dinner together.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's just so sweet, but she's not lonely.
Right.
And that's the big thing.
Well, it's almost like you're an extension of the family to her.
If she gets her days messed up, she's like, where's Sonia? And I'm like, it's Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's looking for you even on the days you don't show up.
They miss us.
Well, and you told me that you mostly have lived in Billings your whole life. Okay.
I have. And yeah. And from being in the dental, that's where I noticed there was a lot of seniors in the community. And I did some research, obviously, before I started this business. But Billings is primarily seniors and baby boomers. And so my services, I think they're needed around here. As the population is aging, so.
Well, I guess I never really thought about that, but because the baby boomers are one of the biggest generations.
Right. And they're all retiring now, and yeah, I have a good industry.
Yeah. And so how has Billings been in terms of receptivity to the service? I know it was getting the word out that was a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, because there's other services that do kind of what I do, but I think what sets us apart is the relationships we make. And there's only two of us. Like, there's not going to be a stranger coming in and out of your house. It's me or Abby.
Well, and a lot of them, I mean, that I've heard of, offer maybe like healthcare services too, like the nurse will come by, or the, you know.
Like CNAs.
Yeah, and give them their medicine, or it's not, I mean, they might have a relationship with the person, but it's not like fixing them their dinner and
Right.
helping them with their bills. And
like you said, I'm an extended family member.
yeah, right. And so where did you go to school in Billings?
I went to Skyview.
Okay. Okay.
Is that what you mean? Or,
yeah, just high school.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Skyview. And then I actually graduated from Shepherd, though.
Okay. Okay. So you've been local all these years.
Oh, yeah. Billings is all I know.
What makes you stay in Billings? You mentioned a lot of your family members are now gone.
I'm comfortable here. I've met a lot of people. I have friends here, and I have my friends' parents are also kind of family for me.
Okay.
And so, yeah. And I have a great boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, that helps.
It does.
And he wants to stay here?
Yes, we want to stay here. It's beautiful here.
Yeah. Well, and I think the other thing that we have as a challenge is just the weather when you're thinking of Billings. So, like last week, we had a real cold snap. I mean, if you're watching this when it airs.
Yep.
But that cold snap, I suppose, could make people even more isolated.
Yeah, and I got a lot of phone calls that week to help them get to appointments because they did not want to drive through any of that kind of weather. So, yeah, I was busy driving everyone everywhere.
Wow. So you drive people to appointments
Yeah.
even? Okay.
Yep. And I can join them if they want me to, just to take notes, and yeah.
Well, that's pretty good service. Yeah. And so aside from, I guess, the business itself, what else do you like to do for fun?
Well, lately my boyfriend and I, we've been playing a lot of Phase 10 and Skippo.
What is that?
Phase 10. Cards.
Cards. I've never heard of that. Okay.
You haven't heard of Phase 10
No, I haven't.
or Skippo?
Uh-uh.
And we've been into puzzles. I know we want to go do one of those sip and paints.
Okay.
And we love going out to eat.
Uh-huh.
So the greenery's been one of our favorites lately. And I have a 21-year-old daughter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So she's grown.
She's grown. She's still in Billings too. So we get to hang out with her quite a bit too. Yeah.
So your family is not just your daughter, but also
my clients.
Your clients and your friends' family. Well, you just seem to be a real nurturing type of person.
Thank you.
How did that come about? Because, I think of myself and I just don't see myself being that nurturing and, a caregiver.
I think it helps that I'm not medical.
Okay.
So it's just, I get to do the fun things with them. I get to get them out of the house when they're bored, and we get to go wander around at Joann Fabric or Michael's. And sometimes we'll go out to lunch just to get out of the house. And yeah, I feel like my job is fun.
Right. Well, you have just a whole list of things that you do. I mean, which we talked about a couple of them. But I was really surprised with how comprehensive of a service you can provide.
I know, there's a lot I can do.
Right.
Without doing medical.
Right. And I guess if people have a need, what are they doing if they don't have a service like you and they don't have relatives? Do they just kind of linger?
Yes, and they're isolated, like you said, and they get lonely, and yeah, that's where I like to step in.
Yeah, right,
So they
right.
have another face to hang out with during the week. And yeah, all my clients, they're at least once a week that I see them.
Okay.
To go do stuff. I don't do the one-offs. I like to build the relationship and stick with them for a long time.
So mostly it's like on a regular basis you see everybody. So it's not like, oh, I have this emergency situation. I mean,
that comes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing random.
Right.
I can use, my schedule is pretty the same every week. And so we can plan things. That's how I can anticipate needs. And
So what happens when you first are meeting a new client? So let's say I have a mother who's older and I'm concerned about her. I don't live in town. How would the process work?
The next step, I would go meet mom, and we would just have a conversation to make sure that we're a good fit for each other. She likes me, and I, of course, like her too, and make sure we mesh good so we can build a relationship. Because it's not, you can't think about the tasks that you need to do. You have to think about the relationships you're making. And
well, that's what I was wondering, because if I'm not in town, I might not even be aware of what specifically she needs help with.
Right, and I can tell when I look around what needs help with and what needs done. But sometimes I see things, but they just want to get out of the house. So I'm, like I said, I like to be their assistant more, and whatever they need, I like to get done. But
well, I had an older aunt, and I didn't live in the same town as her, but I know my cousins would take her to hair appointments, and once a week take her to the grocery store, and make sure that her lawn was getting mowed, and if she needed a repair around the house, that they would get somebody over to help her.
Yeah, we'll do that a lot too, where we're calling to see if, like, for lawn care, or someone to come shovel when it was really snowy. We try to help facilitate.
If the water heater goes out.
Right.
Sometimes
we're on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, but I can understand it's hard to figure out who to call, and if you don't do it regularly,
and it can get confusing and all that. Your house is a lot when you're a senior, and a lot of my seniors are alone. So,
well, you seem so passionate.
Thank you.
about your work.
I am. I love what I do. It's rewarding.
That must make it just easy to wake up every day and go to work.
It does. And they all have their cute little personalities. So, yes.
So how do you connect then with the relative if there's a relative involved, and mom or dad, or
a phone call or a text message, whatever they're comfortable with, and whatever who I'm assisting is comfortable with me relaying.
Right. So, because I wondered about that, because sometimes if you're developing this personal relationship, maybe they don't want their daughter or son to know
what
something.
They're saying.
Yeah.
About them.
I cut him out of the will. No.
Yeah. Yeah. We have clients like that too, and I just try to keep it on the positive stuff and
and just ask them what you can share.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I wondered about that, and because there's that, because you're almost the middle person.
I'm like, when you go get your hair done and you're talking to your hairdresser about the juicy stuff, I get a lot of that from my clients too. So you're like partial counselor too.
Yeah, you're like that hairdresser that hopefully keeps it quiet.
Yes.
And hopefully the next person isn't involved in the story that the other person told.
Exactly.
And so if you are, I guess, wanting to find some help, what would you recommend to people? How would they even get started? So
how would they find me?
You or somebody like you.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe if they're not in town, maybe if they live Billings, but the person doesn't live in Billings that needs the help, what would you recommend?
I always direct everyone to Adult Resource Alliance, because they're a plethora of information as far as if they need medical help too. Like, they just got lists and lists of places they can live or people that can help them. And I love them as well because they do a background check. So everybody there is safe.
So if you have mom living in Cincinnati, there should be something similar to that in another town?
There would be an adult resource, some sort of an alliance kind of a place. Right. Or senior center, they could start there, and I bet the senior center could direct them.
Because I think that's the challenging part too.
Is if
we've never heard of your service, how would we even know what we're not?
That I exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just adult resource has been really helpful, and word of mouth.
Right.
And there's just 2 of us, so I can't be huge.
Right. So do you anticipate that there'll be a time when you know, you just are at capacity and you can't.
I would love for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that could be a possibility too, and then there's still unmet needs
Right.
in the community.
Right. Yep. Yeah, there's a few other companies that kind of do what we do, but yeah, it's really relationship oriented with us though. And
Well, it just seems like, you know, you're like a best friend. I mean, you're, you know,
that's how I feel.
The grandchild best friend
Right.
kind of a thing, you know, somebody they can just look forward to telling their stories and maybe hearing
Yep.
about your day
Yep.
and your card games with your boyfriend and what your daughter's doing. And
They
you
all,
know,
yes, they all check on my life too.
yeah.
How's Joel? Yeah, how's Jordan? Is Jordan at work today? Just, yes, it's a nice little community.
Yeah, well, and I think the most amazing thing is that this hasn't been ongoing for decades. Because, I mean, if you think about it, through the years, I mean, there have been a lot of people who probably could have used service like this.
Yeah.
And you kind of wonder, how did they...
What they do before.
Yeah, how did they get help before? I mean, again,
Well,
if family's there, that's different, but...
Neighbors.
Okay.
Lots of neighbors get phone calls from their senior neighbors, yeah. That's the one I can think of, though. And if they don't have family in town, a lot of them, I think, just like to go to independent living because there's a nice community there.
Sure, and then they can get some resources. You know, I remember one lady I met with, she had told me this story that she had fallen outside and she lived in a small town and there was nobody who even noticed her that she had fallen down, and it took her hours to be able to get up.
Yes.
And so you just think about, and she was okay. I mean, she didn't break anything. She just had a real hard time getting up. And you think about people in that kind of situation if nobody's checking on them.
Right.
And her kids lived in California, so she had nobody.
Like, those people need a button. That button
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
wear, just in case.
Yeah, but you think about how vulnerable we can become as we age, and it's all of us are going to, hopefully we'll have the fortune to age.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess it's no guarantee, but as we age, you know, just things can happen.
Right. Things get harder and day-to-day tasks get harder and
Right.
yeah.
Well, I would love it if you could tell people how they could get a hold of you. So you have a website.
I do. It's billingsseniorconcierge.com. I'm on Facebook too. And then can I give my phone number?
Yeah, sure.
My phone number just to directly call me, or you can text me too. It's 406-694-5394.
So basically, somebody who's a companion can help with tasks around the house, can be eyes and ears at a doctor's appointment, plus so much more. Help with the
Errands.
trash.
Yep. Running errands for you.
Coordinate services.
Coordinating services, help with the pets, clean the cat litter.
Aw.
Just little.
Well, you are a blessing to
Thank
so
you.
many people, and I can
Thank
just
you.
tell how your eyes light up when you're talking about your clients. It's just pretty inspiring
Thank you.
what you do.
Thank you.
So it has been a delight to have you here, and everyone, we hope you enjoyed meeting our guest today, and we look forward to seeing you next time on All About Billings.